Good evening, I am the examiner for today and my name is Izwin. Can you tell me your full name please?
My name is Azia Laili binti Ruslan, but you can call me Azian.
Okay, Aziz, can you tell me where are you from?
I'm from Bandar Baru Bangi, Selangor, and I live with my family since I was young.
Oh, Aziz, let's talk about your hometown. What is your hometown like?
It is a small residential area in the middle of the city, and it is surrounded by malls, by shopping lot, by school, and by community service, and also there's a river right beside my house.
Oh, has your hometown changed much since you were a child?
Actually, yes, it has changed enormously because when I was young, there is hardly any tall building that I can see. But now, right in front of my house, there is newly built mall called the Evo Mall. And because my house is in the center of the city, so I am surrounded by industrial area, by schools, by shopping lot, and it is like the center of attraction for people to come to my residential area. And I rarely leave the house during holiday because I know how hectic it can be, and because of the traffic jams, so I don't really leave my house during the holidays.
Do you think your hometown is a good place to bring up children?
Personally, I think yes, because despite the hecticness and the traffic jams, there's like a main lake in front of my house where family can bond and relax with each other. And because there is so many schools, which is like walking distance from the residential area, and my area is considered as low crime rates, so I think most parents do not have to really worry about their children's safety.
Okay, so now let's talk about pets. Do you have a pet?
I used to have a family of 3, a mother and 2 kittens, but I couldn't keep it for so long because at first my mother do not have opposed the idea of us kept the pets because she thinks that our pets will cause nuisance or burdens to the neighbor. So when the kitten are already old enough, she gave our pets to someone else.
What animals are kept as pets in your country?
I think mostly people kept cats or dogs or guinea pigs or hamster as their pets. But I find some people also kept birds as their pets. And in suburban area, I found that most villagers kept small monkeys as their pets, and they really treat this monkey as their children because they gave them food. They gave this monkey food, clothes, and even put them to beds. So I think that's really amazed me because they really treat these animals as their own.
Okay, why do people keep pets?
I think the primary reason that people kept pets is because they want companion because they want to prevent loneliness, prevent boredom, especially for single person or older people that live alone. And I think the other reason is we can relieve stress, we can cuddle with our pet, we can talk to them because they do not talk back, so we can really express anything to them. And lastly, I think pets can allow us to socialize more with other people because we can easily communicate with other people that have the same thing in common. So for example, I can talk about my pets with other people that have pets of the same pets.
Okay, interesting. Now let's talk about reading. Do you often read?
Sometimes yes, because I like to read online novels, I like to read articles, I like to read blogs, and also I like to read news.
Okay, what is your favorite kind of book to read?
My favorite kind of books to read is novels because I can escape from reality for a while, and if I read novels, I can immerse myself for hours without realizing the time it took, and sometimes I have the difficulty to move on from the novel that I've read, and it's give me pleasure, to read these kinds of books.
Okay, do you think it is important to encourage children to read?
Yes, I think it is important to encourage young children to read because I think the first reason is because it can help them to develop skills, can expose them to words that they hardly hear every day, and I think by reading you can learn more than one language. And I think for children, when they like to read, they can make new hobbies that is good for them. So instead of using telephones or watch videos, they can read books. And lastly, I think by reading books, it can help them to concentrate more, which can help them to survive in school later.
Okay, that's all for the part 1. Now we'll move on to part 2. Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have about 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, here are some paper and pencil for making the notes. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
The 1 minute starts from now. Your 1 minute is up now. You can start speaking.
Okay, I have a friend who is going to start her college life, and I wanted to do something meaningful for her. So what I did is I bought all the essential stuff that I think is useful for her. For example, like pens and books and some chocolates. And I wrapped each of the gift in a wrapping paper, and I put a little notes inside so that she know when the right time to open the gift. And I give it to someone that is very special to me because I have known her for a very long time. We have been friends in primary schools, and because she is going to start her degree life on the other side of Malaysia, and I wanted to do something that can remind her of me, and so I did this present. And because we are not going to see for each other for a very long time, and I'm going to miss her, because so I make this kind of present. And at first I want to give something else. I want to give something that is very easy to purchase from the store, but I think that kind of present she can buy for herself, and other people can also give her. So I decided to do this gift and put my sweat and tears into this kind of gift so that it is very special for her, especially made for her. So on that day, she cried when she see the gift because she said that no one have given her that kind of gift, and she is so touched by my action, and this gives me so much joy because I know that she liked the gift so much.
So now we'll move on to part 3. So basically we've been talking about a time when you give someone a present, and now I'd like to discuss 1 or 2 general questions related to this. Let's consider first of all about presents for children. So what kind of presents do children ask for today?
In my opinion, because we are now living in a fast-paced technological era, so most probably these children will ask for some technologies, for example like iPhone or iPad or the newest technology that are available in the store. And then I think that this kind of gift will give them the most pleasure. And nowadays, modern parents will gladly give them this kind of technologies because it can help them to control their children. For example, if the kids gets an iPhone and then he will sit still for a very long period of time. And from my own experience, my little brother, for his 7th birthday, he asked for a phone. So during my days, I don't even dare to ask my parents this kind of question because all we wanted just like coloring books or coloring pencil or even teddy bears.
Okay, what effect has advertising had on this?
In my opinion, young children, they are very easily get influenced and persuaded. They wanted to copy what they saw and what they learned. So this same goes with advertisement. So for example, if in the advertisement the children look happy if they receive something from their parents, so these children wanted the same thing to happen to them. So I think that advertisement really can impact the children either in a good way or in a bad way.
Okay, should advertising directed at children be banned?
Personally, I think no, because some advertisement can give good influence to the children. For example, the advertisement that can encourage children to read more, to save monies, and I think that parents play an important role because they need to supervise what kind of advertisement that can be exposed to these children. Because I think that unsupervised children, they can easily exposed to this kind of advertisement that is bad for them and can really impact their life.
Okay, let's move on the topic of consumerism. Is it better to shop in big supermarkets or in small local shops?
I think it is better to shop in a big supermarket because we know that big supermarket have variations of brands, so we can easily compare their quality, their price, their quantity. And I think because big supermarket, they have lots of stuff, right? So if we get lost or we don't know what to find, we can easily ask assistance from them. And also because supermarket, they have their own plan, so each alley have specific item, so we can easily find what kind of item we want. And if the item we bought are already past their expiring date or broken, we can easily ask help from the upper management.
Okay, what are the dangers of credit cards?
I think the first factors is that scammers, because scammers, they are smart people and they trick people to take their money. So when we use credit card, these scammers, they can easily cause the people to be tricked and lost their money in instance. And I think the second reason credit card is dangerous because we cannot keep track of what we have spent, so we cannot save money because the only thing we need to do when we use credit card is to swipe away, right? So I think when you use credit card, it is hard for you to save money. And the last thing, I think that if our credit card is get stolen, it takes a lot of procedure in order for you to cancel the credit card. So it gives the thief opportunity to use our money, and we can eventually lose our money if we use credit cards.
Okay, how can children be encouraged to develop a responsible attitude towards money and spending?
In my opinion, parents play an important role. They must become their role model. So if the parents are wasteful person, so we cannot expect that their children are good at saving money. So what the parents can do is that they can do a program together so that they like to save money, make a piggy bank, or I think the better way is to make a treat. For example, like if the children manage to do something, then the parents can reward them something like a coin to give them to put in the piggy bank.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking test simulation.